What up? Welcome back to Cool Kid TCG. We have a matchup today: Blue Buggy versus Green Jinbe. Playing my good friend Denko Saka. He's kind of had some unluckiness against us in the past with the Jinbe matchup, but yeah, we'll see how this goes today. Really strong opponent. We'll see how this goes. We lost the dice roll, but we get to go first, so that's we got our ideal curve still. I learned a lot from some other Jinbe matchups. And I know a card that I kind of want to keep in mind is the 7-cost Dofi. I feel like that's an incredibly strong card on my end, because if they drop the 6-cost Jinbe on curve, I can drop the Dofi right back and bounce it. And yeah, it's not ideal. You can play it again the next turn, but at least like I'm establishing a big body and getting rid of his. So that's kind of like I think the most important card in the matchup. We mold our hand into this. So we're going to Dawn Pass. Kind of an interesting hand. We have a 4-cost Buggy, we have a Alvida, promo Buggy, and the new tech, the tech Snake Man Luffy. So just an interesting hand. He taps 1 for a Kami Searcher. He's able to grab a Vagabond Drill. We get the Dofi here, so like that we have the Dofi. But we don't have cards that play other cards, I don't think. Like, we're just going to swing 8 life here. Let's see what he does. He takes, no trigger, and then passes. We'd like to get a Kraken Mihawk here and get the Alvida out, or maybe a Mihawk to get to play off of the promo Buggy, something like that. He taps 3 for an Arlong, gets arrested Dawn to leader, and I'm just thinking, this doesn't arrest like a Dawn. I know that like that stops things from being arrested, but like that doesn't work with Dawn, right? He's like, yep. So we get a Cross-Skilled Searcher. Let's grab the Mihawk. We can play the promo Buggy. That's actually a good play to play next turn. Promo Buggy into Mihawk. That Arlong, even though it's 4,000 power, it won't be able to attack. So let's start with a 5k swing. We do draw a Kraken Mihawk too, so we have an option of both. We're going to tap 5 leader effect, pitch the Snake Man Luffy, play promo Buggy into Mihawk. Mihawk draw 2, trash 1. We can pitch one of these 4-cost Buggies probably, and then pass. So now we have two 7k, a 7k and an 8k body. So even if they get rested and swung into, like, they're at least strong bodies. His Arlong can attack. His leader effect's the only one. He's going to tap. It looks like 5 for the Fisher Tiger. Fisher Tiger has character rush. It can rest a 6-cost, so he rests my my Mihawk. So he's going to be able to swing, but he's not going to be able to swing a big number here. So he can swing 5 life. I'll take the 5k. We get another 10-cost Buggy. He's going to swing 7 into the 7. I'll give him a 1k, and he passes. So now here's where, like, I could meet Kraken Mihawk into Alvida. That could be an incredibly strong play to get protection out. But I think the idea here for me is I have the Alvida. I think I'll just like make sure he doesn't have any attack. So let's swing 5 life first. See what he does. He takes, no trigger. And now I'm thinking whether I want to swing the Mihawk. I'm thinking like I could just get rested anyways. What I'm going to do, though, here's my thought process. I'm going to play the 7-cost Dofi and bounce that Fisher Tiger back. So if he plays that Fisher Tiger back again, he's just going to rest my Mihawk. So might as well get some value out of it and swing it. That's my thought process here. If he plays the Jinbe, that's a little bit unfortunate because like that's a stronger body that he can't rest the Mihawk, but at least he can do that. So we swing 7, we get the Vagabond Drill out of his hand. Now we play the Dofi to bounce the Fisher Tiger back to hand, and we pass. So yeah, he goes to 8 Dawn. So worst case scenario, he taps 6 for a Jinbe and swings 10 into the Mihawk. And then it's like, do I give 2 2Ks? I don't have 2 2Ks. So maybe like a potential just bad spot for us. He taps 6 for the Jinbe. He can't rest anything, but he can give character rush to it. And again, he could put 2 Dawn and swing 10 into the Mihawk. It would take 2Ks out of my hand, and I only have 3k counter total. And even if I did have that, I wouldn't have a 4-cost to 10-cost Buggy next turn. But we do get another 2k off of life. He swings 8 into the 7, and we give a 2k. Now he taps 2 for Hammond Blocker. He's able to restand the Jinbe and restand the Dawn. But now we're just in a spot where I think we've stabilized and we can start dropping 10-cost Buggies. So the first thing we do is let's swing 5 life, swing out our board, We swing 5 life, we get the 1K, swing 7 life. He gives us the blocker, and then we swing 7 life again. He taps 1 for the Elephant Gatling. Now we tap 4 for an Alvita. We get to draw 3, trash 2. So we can pitch the 7-cost over. Not going to play that again. And then we can pitch a Searcher event. Now we tap 5, leader effect. Pitch probably the cross. Yeah, pitch that, and then play the 10-cost Buggy. We get the bottom deck his Jinbe, and we pass it back to him. We're in an incredibly strong spot. He's at 3 life. We're at 2, but our board's awesome. His board is just like the only thing he can swing on at this time is the Kami, which is a 2K body, not very strong. So yeah, feeling strong. And our hand has a decent amount of 2Ks, and we have a 10 cost. The only thing we don't have is protection. If he were to Vander deck in one of our things, we don't have the Croc and Mihawk out to prevent KO. That's the only like kind of weakness right now, is we didn't find a good turn to get the Croc and Mihawk out. Well, we did, but we decided to 7-cost Dofi. He's gonna swing 6 life. I give him a 2K. Now he's swinging 5 life with the Kami, and I'll give him a 1K. Just keep my hand size at 2. He's going to character rush, swing into the Alvita with Jinbe, and then pass, restand the Jinbe, and restand the Dawn. But I can Dofi away that Jinbe. Excuse me, not Dofi. Buggy away. So here's where I'm gonna make a decision. Like, I could push pretty hard, but I'm gonna swing 5 into the Kami. I just don't want him to have anything to swing anymore. Now we can just swing out our board, swing 7 life, no trigger. We can swing 7 life again. And I could leader effect. I think I'm just gonna hard cast the Buggy though, because there's not a lot of value in putting more. I'm not gonna play anything. There's just not a lot of value in putting more Dawn in these swings. They're all going through. And we Buggy away the Jinbe. So now we have 2 12K bodies. He has 10 Dawn. He has 1 body on board that can't swing. There's really no way we can die this turn. We have only 3 cards in hand, and like I think 2 of them are bricks. So yeah, we're just in a strong spot. 2 12K bodies. The only, like, I jokingly make a thing about, well, you could bend your deck in 3 times. He bend your deck in 3 times and blows up our entire board of rest of things. We still have the 12K swing body plus leader. But like, yeah, we don't have protection against Vander deck. He's going to swing, it looks like 8 into life. And I had to take, no trigger. And then now he's going to tap 7 for a Hody. He's going to rest the 2 cards he can rest, and then swing 8 to life, and we take, no trigger. And then now it's just a matter of 22 for game, and we're able to get it. He had a decent amount of cards in hand, but there's no way he can counter out of that. So yeah, I think this was just experience, has taught me a lot about this matchup. I think the 7 card, like, he didn't play the Jinbe on 6. He instead opted for the Fisher Tiger. But that's a similar card where it's got character rush and can attack rest of things. The Jinbe is worse because it can continually grant other things character rush. But just getting rid of it with the Dofi, buying more time, making sure his board doesn't get stacked up until we can start playing 10-cost Buggies. That kind of seems like the strategy to me in this matchup. 7-cost Dofi, maybe the most important card in the matchup. Kind of interesting one because we didn't get the Croc and Mihawk out. But yeah, anyways, let me know in the comments anything else I could have differently. Really appreciate you guys, and see you next time.